But then at one point, you were the more vocal one out of you and Hocus, because there's that audio of you talking about Joe coming back to the Bronx after the Rick Ross incident, and you said he did a bunch of foul stuff. Now, when did your perspective of Joe change to what it is now?
My thing is this, right? When you in the street, I'm looking at it from a underground standpoint. So I'm like, man, this nigga ain't out here. I'm young. I'm stupid. I'm hanging on corners. I'm not even thinking like, yo, this guy got to go promote his shit worldwide. He already elevated past this level, so he can't be standing out there. He's already a celebrity. I was just more like, yo, this nigga ain't out here. He ain't the Bronx, but he was putting the Bronx on the map by being other places and performing all over the world, right? So you got to take them. The music got to go worldwide. So that was just my whole sentiment. Like, I didn't look at hip hop like, even though it was global at the time, it was global in 2008. But I was like, nigga, you got to rep where you from. That's how I felt, That was so that's what would change. I'm like, yo, this nigga not even out here.
Right.
That's how I felt.
So then, like, you would say that, like, just with age, you started to realize that things change as far as like your priorities in life, or?
No, I was just like, from a hip hop standpoint, like, I just thought that you have to be a platinum selling artist, but in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you still got to be in the hood.
You still got to be in the hood. You still got to embrace the hood. You still got to. I thought that, and it's total. It's a total opposite. Because you got to grow as a person too. I'm young at the time. I'm 21 years old. That's all I know is the street. And honestly, I didn't think it was gonna go nowhere because all the other freestyles, it was on the mixtapes and stuff, but it wasn't like, it wasn't no movement behind it. It was just like, all right, cool, yo, that kid can rhyme. So I thought it was just gonna be some shit like that. I didn't think that it was gonna be a big deal. You understand?
Right.
I didn't think it was gonna go what they call viral. Like back then, I didn't even know what viral was. The shit went viral, so it was like, oh shit. And then, plus, Cuban had a beef with Joe, so it was like, all right, we already know that there's a problem over here, there's an issue, and if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. So my dumb ass was just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Because at the time, I was already hot in the street. We was hot. So I didn't give a fuck what happened. I didn't give a fuck if I lived or died, I'm like, fuck it.
But, I saw you say that you never thought it was that serious, right?
Yeah. I never thought it was that serious because, like I said, we catching real beefs where people are getting shot and people are dying. What do I care about a rapper or some rap crews? Like, I never heard of these niggas in the street shooting guns. And I'm not talking about Fat Joe, because they got a street element to their crew, of course. He even been in the street. But I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about these rappers. Like, who the fuck give a fuck about a rapper if you in the street? Like, nobody the street niggas don't respect rappers like that,
Right. You don't hear about rappers really letting their gun go unless like Shine or something like that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most
even
part,
that incident was like, you can't take nothing from Shine. He did whatever. I don't know the situation, but like, that's some club shit. That's like, you ain't constant. Like, that was a big thing in the media because who he was a big time rapper, but that wasn't no big street incident. Like, that was another day in the office. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do that shit on a regular. So it wasn't like we were just used to something different, and I ain't take it serious because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about how a rapper feel. I don't give a fuck about the killer down the block, how he feel about me. What the fuck do I give a fuck about some rappers? You know what I'm saying?
But you were getting real threats at that time over that situation?
I'm not going to say real threats. People was pranking, calling the phone, and was talking shit. And, I was like, even then, I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, what? This nigga calling the phone, pranking. Whoever it was prank calling and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, I was in the street walking around. Like, I didn't give a fuck. I used to wear that Bang Bang Boogie shirt like it was a flag,
Right.
I don't
Like,
give a fuck
like
where
it's
I
a
was
red
at.
flag, basically. Like your red
Yeah,
flag.
I wear my shirt. I don't give a fuck. I be in them niggas' neighborhoods, whoever. I wear my shirt. I just didn't give a fuck. And my crew didn't give a fuck neither. And they crews didn't give a fuck. So nobody gave a fuck. It was like, all right, whatever. But, that was a stupid way of looking at things, it was dumb.
Did you ever feel like Cuban tried to push you guys to be a part of that beef, though?
Nah. Cuban never said nothing about dissing nobody from Terror Squad. Nothing. He said a little bit about the story of like what happened and how things transpired, but I didn't dwell into that. I didn't dwell into that. Actually, if you listen to some of the rap from the Bang Bang Boogie album, or mixtape, excuse me, it wasn't no album, it was a couple mixtapes. I used to always talk about the scar Cuban received, right? Just to weaken it, right? Because the more you talk about it, like, that shit ain't nothing, nigga. That's a love tap, nigga. You good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was a rap about it. Cuban's like, you niggas stop rapping about my scars. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't rap about it in a funny way. I was rapping about it like, nigga, that shit don't hold no power over you. It ain't like it fucked up his face. He don't got keloid skin. So it's not like you could really see the cut anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that Cuban was trying to get away from that in my eyes. But issues needed to be addressed. People needed to be entertained. So that's why I basically was like, F it. It was entertainment for me.